Rob, we're back after what was, it's fair to say, a pretty emotional night out in Croatia. Now that the dust has settled, has the magnitude of that point sunk in?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great effort from the lads. They stuck to the game plan right up until the very last minute, and I think we got our rewards for the effort that the boys put in.
Yeah, and is it fair to say it would have been a massive morale booster as well? First game after the World Cup, to put in a performance like you did and to finally get rewarded for it, that must be really pleasing for you.
Absolutely. You know, for the supporters, for the staff, for the players, for the new lads coming in, I think they brought a new energy. For the new staff coming in, they've absolutely brought a new energy as well. So I think we needed that performance. You know, even if we got beat at the end, there was parts of the performance that I was really, really pleased with, and I could see, you know, evidence then that we've put to bed the disappointment of the World Cup and finally moving forward with it. I
do want to ask you about Nathan, because that could be quite a transformative goal for this campaign, and he's had a long journey, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You worked with him at under-21s level. You could see how much it meant to him, but also the players were so chuffed for him, and you were so chuffed for him as well.
Yeah, he's deserved it. You know, I said that to him when he met up on camp. I said, you've earned the right to be here now. So I've known what he's been capable of doing over the years. I think it was six, maybe 7 years ago in Toulon that I first worked with him. And you look at the team that we had, it was DJ, it was Tyler Roberts as a 9, Brody as a 10 behind him, Meps, Chris Mepham, Joe Roden. You know, so we've 4 or 5 others that have come through in the last 6, 7 years, look, and played together. So that's the basis of what we want to achieve them moving forward as well, by having that, you know, connection with the other group as well. So he's fitted straight into the group because he's known those players from before. And watching his development over the last 5, 6 years has been great. You know, frustrating at times because I think he could have left Everton a little bit sooner maybe. If he's definitely not going to get an opportunity to play in the first team there, then let him go out and play his trade elsewhere and have a career. And thankfully he's doing it now and playing really well. You never know what might happen at club level for him now, because they're 3 points off second place, I think. So it's going to be an interesting finish for him. And I hope they get promoted, because I want our best players playing as high up as they possibly can.
A spectacular night on Saturday, Rob, but of course it won't count for anything if you don't back it up with a win against Latvia tomorrow night. Yeah,
that's a sign of a good team now. So we've put that to bed. We'll be training this afternoon. We'll be delivering a meeting in the next hour on Latvia, and the threat that they pose is a different type of challenge, but we've got to be right. You know, lessons learned again from the World Cup, and yeah, we've got to be right both with and without the ball, and make sure that we do both sides of the game really, really well. And if we do that and give a level of performance that I know we can consistently across the board, Sioned, then I believe the result will take care of itself.
Yeah, that was my next question. Latvia will be a very different challenge. Everyone will be expecting Wales to win. How do you avoid any complacency? Because when you think of, I don't know, you think back to that home game against Estonia back in the last campaign, a lot of people would have been expecting Wales to get the 3 points there. How do you make sure that you don't slip up?
Well, we've got to stick to the game plan, and we've got to stick to the like I just said, the levels of performance that we give, whether it's Croatia, Belgium, Holland, Latvia. We have to maintain the level of performance that we know we're capable of doing, and if we do that, the result will take care of itself. It's going to be a different challenge because they've scored in every game. They're in good form, so we can't underestimate them. We've got to be professional, and like I said, do both sides of it really well. We have to be disciplined in our defending. In transitions, we have to make sure that we deal with a counter, and we'll have more responsibility with the ball, I'm assuming, and it's how we use it, and we have to be to that detail of the areas we get into on the pitch, and we've got the players then to go and hurt them. So if we stick to the plan, we'll be okay.
Have you got a little bit of a selection headache now? Because I think there were a few raised eyebrows when you made the subs that you did against Croatia, when we had some really good momentum in that second half. But how pleased were you with how some of the new faces imposed themselves against Croatia?
Well, you've got Wes and Brody playing together at Ipswich. So Wes, albeit on the right, I put him as a 10 because I wanted him to deal with a deep liar, and I think he's a bit more defensive-minded than without the ball. Brody, like I said, I've worked with him before. I know exactly what he's capable of doing, and it's great to have those problems. Every manager wants those problems. They want to have selection headaches where lads are in good form. You know, don't forget we've got Brooksy to come back into it as well. We've got Brennan. We've got other players. We've got Ben Davies to come back in. So it's managers want to be in that position where they've got a selection headache. So it's only going to help us moving forward.
can't sugarcoat the fact, Rob, that we haven't won a game since that night against Ukraine in Cardiff. You've got a golden opportunity tomorrow night to get back to winning ways. Just how much would that mean to you, to the team, to get 3 points against Latvia?
Yeah, that's right. 2 years ago we were winning games because the level of the opposition that we were playing against, and that's no disrespect to what we're going to face tomorrow night or the teams that we played in the past. With success comes tougher opposition. So it's okay looking at the stats, but for us it's looking about progression. And getting promotion from B to A means we're playing against Holland and Belgium. And to win those games, we're going to have to be all at it with a very strong squad. And we didn't always have that available because of the final against Ukraine. So it's been difficult, but you know, it's about the bigger picture for us as well, Sioned, is the development and are we going in the right direction? So everything we put in place, the young players that we're bringing in are going to strengthen us, improve us, so that it gives us a better opportunity to win games of football. And when you get back to the level A of the category of teams we're playing against in Holland and Belgium, the experiences we've had in the past will hold us in good stead then for the future games.
Finally, it's the first home game since the World Cup. The fans out in Split, Rob, were incredible. Just how excited are you to be back home in Cardiff tomorrow?
It's a midweek game. We've sold just shy of 32,000 tickets. Our supporters are incredible. They really are. You know, it's a home game on a midweek. It's against Latvia, and we've sold out the stadium. It says a lot about what we are as a nation and the exciting times all the supporters can see ahead of us. You know, I thought the supporters in Split were outstanding. You cannot buy, I've said to Brody, that feeling of him scoring the goal, grabbing his badge and running to the foot, looking at the supporters, that feeling you cannot buy. And that's why we're in this game, because it gives you wonderful moments like that.